So we're a little bit north of Orlando, a couple hours, and this is the tail end of the hurricane. It's been raining all night, but it's grape picking time, and the grapes are just starting. So these are all muscadine grapes, and they vary a lot in size, from these tiny size to a much larger grape about that big. And so we're just at the beginning of the season, but the hurricane, there's a little bit of rain going on, but it's not too bad. So we're just harvesting. Here's some that are just almost ripe. They're not even quite ripe. Now let's see if we have a bigger variety a little further down. Oh, here's some like that. So last year we had a hurricane near the end of the picking season, so it knocked off all the fruits because they were very soft. But fortunately this time it's early on, so they're clinging despite the heavy rains and wind that happened last night. And so there'll be lots of grapes this year. They're getting watered. Don't have to use the irrigation that we have installed because it's falling from the sky. So these are the little. These are sometimes they're called like a wine variety because they're not really as attractive for fresh eating. We only have a few vines like this, maybe this one row. Most of ours are large, like these here. They're way bigger. That one cracked open from the excess water, like that. But these ones are very, very nice quality for out of hand eating. If you eat 2 or 3 of these when they're ripe, it's just like eating a bunch of candy because they're so sweet. But they have to get to that color to have their full manifestation. This is just barely pickable, and this is the actual desirable color. Oh. Anyway, there's grapes in this picking bag. You can see the variety. Yeah, here's more of the larger grapes. So the 2 main colors, I guess they say, are black, which are a dark purple, and then these they call them bronze. So they start out as green, but usually they turn pretty bronze when they're ripe. The final confirmation, it may look pretty ripe, but if it's not soft, it's not ready to pick. So the reason these are not generally available in supermarkets is because the picking is over such a long period of time, it's not commercially viable. But it's the same reason why it's very good for small scale growing, because you have grapes over a long period. They are not like a bunch grape. Each grape has to be picked individually. And the muscadines are about the only type of grape that can tolerate super high humidity, high heat, and not get fungus, and doesn't require any spray of any sort. There's no insecticide, there's no fungicide. Most other grapes have to be sprayed very, very regularly. You can see a big bunches yet to ripen. They're loaded. They look like it's a bunch and you could pick it, but actually each one will have to be picked individually, and they're not yet ripe. But there's lots and lots of grapes this year. They're very reliable. Knocked over by the hurricane. Should hopefully stand up, and I'll heal it up tomorrow. That's the right stage. So they're just starting. In about 2 weeks, all of these will be pretty much ready to pick. Yeah. This is a ripe bronze. Okay. Our power is out inside, but our power is out inside, but that doesn't affect much for us. And there is the sugar cane. Okay. This is a podocarpus hedge. We've had it for about 3 years. This is a podocarpus, and it actually has a kind of berry that the black part, when it's fully ripe, is edible, but it doesn't have much flavor. But the reason we grow them is because this is a very, very shade tolerant plant, and this area doesn't get any sun during the winter at all. Only during the summer. So this is a good seed. And loquats are forming flowers, so they take at least three months to form loquats from this stage. And the loquats, of course, also the leaves make very good tea. And this could be any time. Wrapping tea. Okay. And here we have our what is it? I can't hear. Moringa. It's our moringa tree. This is grown from the ground in a few months, in one season, and we've been harvesting it to try to keep the height pickable. And these are curry leaf trees, like that. And over here is sugar cane. And the sugar cane will be ready in November. They're just starting to make the canes. And so this is a critical time to that we're getting the good watering for them. And these have been here for about three or 4 years, so we'll need to make a new patch. And the time to do that will be also November, December, like that. And we have a press, so we'll be pressing sugarcane. Thank you.